what's the current situation in the regions, especially in Israel, with the recent attack of the United States and the retaliatory counterstrike of Iran on its American bases, base?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for this question, for joining me today. I'm not, Israel and the U.S. are very closely coordinated, and the U.S. of course is a strategic ally of the State of Israel, and we appreciate very much the collaboration. This is a collaboration around the most important existential threat to the State of Israel. It's very important to say. Now, currently now, you're asking what is the current situation now. I can tell you that I was just in touch earlier with both my colleagues from work and my family and people now in Israel, at least until about 15 minutes ago. We're in the shelters and safe rooms because there was another attack of missiles on Israel, and at least reported at this stage, according to the media reports, at least one missile that fell on a residential building in Beersheba, a city in the southern part of Israel. One person critically injured, 5 people lightly injured, but it's just happening currently now, so I don't know what's the exact result of this latest attack. But I know that our people, the Israelis, together with the OFWs in Israel and other guests and other foreigners in Israel, are currently sitting in the safety rooms and hoping and praying that another attack will end in a good way for them, meaning that hopefully these missiles will be intercepted. We have been already in this stage for just over 12 days in this Rising Line operation, but it's important to say that for Israel, the most important thing is to remove an existential threat, an imminent threat to the very existence of the State of Israel.
Ambassador, how's the repatriation? Although there's no-fly zone right now, what are the efforts that the government of Israel is doing to ensure that our OFWs are safe? Like there are also 3 mayors who are apparently still in Israel right now. Any developments?
So the guests of Israel, we had in Israel 3 different groups of Filipinos that were in Israel. One of them left very soon. The other 2, actually the Israeli government repatriated them, or we took care of those 2 delegations. One was from the dairy sector, part of the Department of Agriculture, and the other one was a delegation of mayors, Congress, and other local government officials. Altogether there were 22, but 21 arrived back to the Philippines last Saturday morning. There were guests of the Israeli government came for a standing visit to Israel, and we took care of the lodging, of continuing part of the program, at least lectures, during the time that they were in safety rooms and in the hotel in a kibbutz in the center of Israel. And we took care of the repatriation, coordination with the government of Jordan, staying overnight in Amman in Jordan until the flight from Jordan to Dubai, and then of course from Dubai back to Manila, because this is our responsibility as a host country. Regarding the migrant workers who are in Israel currently now, and we have probably a bit less than 30,000, again, we are making sure that, first of all, ambiguity is always challenging, so we're making sure to have open channels of communication and to give briefings. And I can tell you, yesterday there was a briefing by our Ministry of Interior, about 500 participants, or this was especially for the OFWs in Israel, done in English. There are about 500 of them who joined online, and it's not the first one and not the last one. So important thing is that they get briefings and they can ask questions and get some guidance. we're making sure that the crossings between Israel and Egypt, between Israel and Jordan, are open and fully functioning and staffed with the relevant people who are operating those crossings. And Israel is a democratic country. It's an open and free market. And if people would like to resign and end the jobs and the contracts and move back to Israel, to the Philippines or to any other country, of course they can do so. And we are not putting any obstacles. And there is a very clear process how to do it. Let me add that we are assisting the OFWs by not only those briefings, but they live with their patients in the homes. So they have the same safety mechanisms exactly as Israelis going, they get the announcement 10 minutes before a missile attack. They get an announcement like any other Israeli, also to the app and to SMSs. The announcements come in Hebrew, in English, in Arabic, and in Russian. Of course, the sirens about 1.5 minutes before an attack, and then later on the announcement when they can leave the shelters is also done in all those 4 languages. They also are getting the same medical services and any other services that are needed, social services, like anybody else in Israel. We have requested the employment agencies to increase the number of social workers and to do an outreach to the OFWs in case they need some support, some assistance, they can approach them. We also have a 24/7 hotline where the OFWs can make phone calls in cases of stress or specific issues and they need assistance from the Israeli government. There is a hotline where they can call the Israeli government officials, specifically for the OFWs. We also made it easier for them in case they leave and they want to come back to Israel. This time, at this stage, we do not request from them re-entry visa, meaning it's easy for them to come back to work in Israel after they feel it's safe. So there are, and I probably forgot a few more mechanisms. Obviously, if they want to end the contract, they are entitled to get all the benefits by law, including have a deposit. They have all kinds of things that they're entitled for, and they will get everything that they are entitled for. They will get it. Israel is a country which is very clear regulation regarding labor in Israel, Israeli labor, foreign labor alike, and there's no differences in this case. So I think this is where we are currently now regarding OFWs.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.